Hey everybody, what's going on? This is the MiddlePage Podcast. How you doing, V?
Hey, I am doing wonderful. I should ask how you doing because I know you were probably counting the seconds for this launch, huh?
Man, I'm so excited to do this. Shouts out to Blast Music 24/7 for partnering with me with the MiddlePage Podcast. A little bit about MiddlePage. It's a movement I've been thinking about for a few years now. I turned 46 on Sunday, so I'm right here in the midst of middle-agedom. Middle-agedom is considered to start in your 40s and extend on into your 60s. When I turned 40, it was a great milestone, but it was a lot of responsibilities with turning 40. You have to really start paying attention to some things. And there's, knowledge and wisdom that comes with that. Mostly just getting closer to understanding yourself. And that's what I want the MiddlePage Podcast and movement to assist middle-aged folks in. Today, we're going to be talking about self-care. There's a difference between wellness and self-care. Self-care is an active participation of someone enhancing their physical, mental, emotional, spiritual health and quality of life. And whereas wellness is a state of being in good health. Good health is a state of being, but it's not just the absence of infirmity or disease. Being in good health is mind, body, and soul. A lot of times we don't feel the chronology on us. We don't feel the age on us. And getting into your 40s, you might not even realize it, but you're getting deficient in some stuff. Maybe you're not eating right. Maybe you're onsetting menopause. Even with men, it's called hypogonadism. Yes, there is somewhat what is like a male menopause that occurs with men, not to the gravity of what happens with women. Women with menopause, it's a drastic change in our hormones. Men's change in their hormones happens over amount of time. So that's why it's less likely for them to really understand it or even wrap their head around the fact that they might experience some changes. But today we are talking about self-care. There was an organization established in 2011 called the International Self-Care Foundation. And they set these 7 standards or I guess elements of self-care. And we'll talk about those today. Do we have one of our guests available at this time to bring them in so we can get them acclimated with what we're doing tonight?
We sure do. Let me go ahead and bring this young lady in. Let's see here.
Oh, it's Sunshine.
Hey.
I invited a couple of people.
Look. Peace.
Peace. How are you feeling tonight?
I'm good. How are you? What up, Veep? How you doing?
I'm super excited to launch this podcast. Shouts out to Sunshine, Carla Simpson. Like I mentioned, Blast Music 24/7 for giving the springboard for this information and whatnot to get out to the people. It's just really, really, really exciting. No one wants to tell, you don't have to tell your age or anything, but we want to kind of make it fun, keep it kind of transparent here. Is everyone here in their 40s at this point?
Yep, I surely is. I just crept over. I'll be 42 in April.
Oh, okay, that's what's up. And of course,
I don't mind telling my age. I just turned 50.
Okay.
Just turned 53 January 3rd, so I'm good.
Hey.
Okay, happy belated birthday to you.
Got Capricorns.
Indeed.
Yeah. This week we here. So starting with the 7 pillars of self-care, there's knowledge and health literacy, there's mental well-being, physical activity, healthy eating, risk avoidance, good hygiene, and rational and responsible use of products and services. that's probably something we do or think about every day, maybe not in those terms, but I just want to kind of, and you guys can jump in at any point while I'm giving, the insight into each of these elements and, how it might be something that you think of or something that you might not think of. And we can talk about them as we go along. Knowledge of health literacy, that's the capacity of individuals to obtain, process, and understand basic health information and meeting needs to make good health decisions. That would be, I guess, like doing your physicals or just making sure that you're in pretty good health and understanding what that means, or even advocating for yourself. In the African American community, a lot of times we have challenges when it comes to health disparities because we might not be treated the same way that our counterparts might be treated when it comes to healthcare.
Right.
I had an experience one time where I went to get a mammogram, and I had overheard someone else getting like a 3D mammogram. And I know that mine was a 2D. And I was like, well, how do I get a 3D mammogram? Shoot, that, you know what I'm saying? We know 3D is like not 2D. And so it was kind of like, oh, well, that's for specialized cases and this, that, and the third. And so I kind of just left it there, but it was in the back of my mind, like, well, isn't every woman's mammogram a specialized case? So.
Yeah, they, we already know that's been a long line of history where we don't get treated fairly on any level, especially medically. And I had an experience like that. Like it was, but not even about just that. It was just the point that I'm telling you something is wrong, and you're not listening to me. And then you didn't follow through with what you told me. So then when I call back, I have to call and request the MD because I know the MD schedules everybody. The MD becomes my personal primary care because I said I don't trust nobody else in there.
Right.
And it ended up being that I have blood clots in my left breast.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that was from a seatbelt injury from a car wreck that I had in 2019. So, I've been complaining like something is wrong, but everybody is saying, oh, no, it's this, until, sometimes you got to really put your foot on the back of folks' necks to the degree to get them to listen to you, to take you serious,
Well, I'm sorry that happened to you, as far as a car accident, because car accidents can be fatal. You don't take any injury or any incident that causes injury lightly. So I'm very grateful that you're
that's Dream. Yay!
Oh, hey everybody.
Diggs, what it do? Peace, Dream. Dream is a dream.
So, Troy, do you have any instances where you feel like you had to advocate for good health and making good decisions with your health as you delve into middle-agedom?
Right. Being older, you have to make sure, one, you're not afraid to do those tests that may seem humiliating, like a colonoscopy. People will allow their pride to get in the way of their health, and that's a shame. Because, granted, it's not like, a walk in the park of what you want to do, but nevertheless, prevention is better than maintenance. And because of doing those steps, there were polyps that you were able to remove. They were non-cancerous, but nevertheless, if they're left there, God knows what could happen to them. So, and knowing that you're good without assuming you're good is two different things. So go ahead and get checked up. Go ahead and get your heart checked, make sure your blood pressure is straight. The hardest part for me right now is just having a better diet, just eating better. That's the hardest part, especially since people are running solo at the moment. but just making these intentional decisions to, eat better, make sure you take care of yourself. One thing that I'm not doing enough of is getting enough sleep. So there's a lot of
we all have that in common.
Right.
So there's a lot of things that we have to do for ourselves. You have to be intentional about yourself and your health.
Definitely.
Absolutely. Go ahead.
The resting has always been the issue for me. Like, I could go all the way back to high school. Freshman year, like
I was an insomniac.
Like
most of my
4
life.
hours. 4 hours was like 8 hours for everybody else.
Understood.
And then it was like, pushing through, and then later on, in a weird kind of way, you try to look at the positive for everything that you've experienced. So when I started working in dialysis, guess what? Depending on the clinic you work for, you got to be there 4 o'clock, 4:30 in the morning, or maybe 5:30. So that sleep pattern was already grained in me. So when it came time for that, I was like, oh no, that's good. I got that. That's definitely not a problem. I'm always up around that time.
Right.
It's not good though. I'm not promoting for folks to really do that, because you do get burnt out. Like, we're not even going front. We're not going to say like we all superheroes and we got it like that. No, because when your body will shut down, trust me,
it sure will.
Your body would be like, oh, you ain't thinking about me? Okay, I'm gonna show you how strong and mighty I am.
Exactly. To speak on the sleep part, I have been like an insomniac most of my life, and I actually physically had to start getting fluffy pillows, putting fabric softener on sheets, get jersey sheets, and making the environment conducive to sleep. And now that I'm in that wave pattern, oh my gosh, I'm getting ready to go to sleep. Like I literally have to lay down and get on the pillow and they say don't take your phone to bed with you. I'm really trying to get into the whole process of just meditating, like just deep breathing myself to sleep, or either like trying to read a book or something. But I definitely need at least 8 hours to feel good at this point in my life.
I agree. That is a process.
I'll find a way to get a nap, trust me.
Oh, and that's
adult naps are the best.
The best. But don't take them too late, or you won't go anywhere. You won't eat anything.
Yeah, I messed around one time and said, "Oh, let me take a nap," and it was like 5 o'clock. And the next time I woke up, it was my alarm at 6:15. I said, "Oh wow. Gosh, yeah!" I went all the way through.
Those are the craziest naps. Naps when you wake up. You don't know what time it is.
I was like, oh, I must have needed that. Look. I apologize.
Right. Oh my gosh.
Your body will sit you down. Seriously.
It sure will.
I've had experiences where it sat me down and I ended up in the hospital for a week on a heart fluid. Yeah.
Oh no, girl.
Passed out in the house. So I've had my experiences. I understand. I do my best, but then, I still, end up stretching.
I got to use my little line of vision.
Oh, yeah. I got you.
I'll read for you guys so you don't stray.
Okay.
I was about to say, I can see that.
That's Dream Libra. Is that the proper?
Yeah, that's
okay. Dream Libra says, creating moments to intentionally cultivate time, breaking the stigma of showing love and self-love in all that may mean for our past. So that's
yes.
Hey, go ahead, Dream.
Yes. Words of wisdom.
All the time.
So that goes to the next pillar of self-care: mental well-being, self-awareness, and agency, including knowing your BMI, cholesterol, blood pressure, and other health screenings. I speak on that real quick because, like, I've been taking blood pressure meds for like 26 years. I had my daughter when I was 15 years old, so I think it might have like set my body in a different direction or whatever. And I mean, I ain't gonna lie, I just probably had a stressful life anyway. But blood pressure screenings have been a large part of my life for a very long time. And getting it and keeping it in control has been a challenge. But these days, I'm doing way better with it because of that word, intentional. Who said it?
Dream.
Troy said it. Yeah. Oh, Dream.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I said it first, but he
but he actually went in.
Yeah. That word, intentional, being intentional, because I mean, that's literally, screenings, knowing. I know what my BMI is, and you know what? It's 37%. Okay. But you know, that doesn't make or break me. I lost 35 pounds in the last year.
According to which BMI schedule? I gotta ask that question.
According just the doctor. The doctor told me that.
Because but this is what I'm saying. Like, when I was in Jersey, I had like one of the coolest doctors. My OBGYN, she was like a, first generation American. Her family was Hindu, and then I had my primary. He was an Asian doctor, and they kick stuff so real with all their patients. And
all my doctors are not American.
Yeah, but the first thing they both said to me, and it was like on different times, was just like, you have to go by your structure when it's us. Like, they broke it down to the melanin in both appointments, and usually those conversations we have amongst ourselves, but to hear it from essentially, two people who are professionals, but they understand and they know the truth. And they just was like, because according to mine, they said you wouldn't even look right like that. I was like, I already know I'll look like a bobblehead, I don't want to say the other term, but you know what I'm getting out, running around here. I look like
a crackhead just running around here like, what is wrong with Sharita? What is she doing?
Exactly. Because I remember when I had lost like 150 pounds, and people were looking, even then, oh, something wrong. She on that stuff. No, I was just walking.
Trying to get healthy.
I was literally walking from like my house to the city park. And that was like a 1.5 mile walk. And then the park itself was like 2 miles around. So I would keep walking for like an hour, and then I would still walk all the way home. I would do that Monday through Friday. And like, and I was like dedicated, and that summer heat in Jersey be crazy too. So I would have saran wrap on me, before the waist trainers and all of that stuff. Saran wrap and a hoodie, and I would get it. I'd go out there and get it. As long as I got music, I was good. And and I literally got 150 pounds off, no surgery, no nothing. Like, it's possible. It's all in how bad you want it. You know what I'm saying? That's really because it's very much mental. Very much everything we do. Let me go back. Everything we do is mental. It's just that not all of us acknowledge that.
So forgive me, Shirley, your guests came in. Would you like to bring him in?
Yeah, bring him on in.
All righty. There you go.
What's up? How you doing?
Peace.
Hello, everyone. How y'all doing tonight?
Good evening.
Introduce yourself to the folk. This is one of my folk.
Oh, me and Sharita go way back through our poetry days. I'm Martin, better known as Loudwire Sports Entertainment. I just got off a sports live feed just now, so I'm coming in and show some love to everyone.
Appreciate it.
Thank you so much. We were in the. Okay, go ahead.
I gotta address something real quick. I know I just met you, but man, can you please get rid of that Dallas Cowboy hat?
I'm a loyalist.
I knew it.
I am a Commanders fan, so you know.
You know what? But look. You know what? We ain't gonna turn it into that. We're gonna tune into Livewire Sports when we're talking about the sports, because I can say a lot about that game that they just had, but I'm not. We're gonna stick to the self-care right quick. Real quick. Tell us how old you are, if you're willing to tell us your age, and how you feel about middle-agedom.
Well, I am actually 54 years old. I will be 55 in June.
Okay, Melvin, let's go.
They call him Scooter. They call us Scooter, got that youthful look.
About, you know, just us in general, like, boy.
Yeah.
Mm.
Me personally, because my family has a history of hypertension. So when I moved to Seattle a few years ago, one of my doctors, she put me on the Mediterranean diet. And actually, I've been on it ever since because it's been one of the most giftful, blessing things that I could do to regulate my blood pressure. I don't take no medication. I'm very balanced because even though I'm up there in age, and I'm gonna share this because nobody knew this, but my oldest brother passed away just before Christmas.
My deepest condolences.
Peace, love, and light to you.
And thank you. And the day before, he had an issue with chest pain, and he was advised to go to the doctor. But knowing how hard-headed he is, and we are, you know, us as Black folks, we tend to like, oh, we good. But when we younger, we tend to eat everything inside. We do all of this craziness. But as we get older, our body starts to tell us different things, and we have to take heed. We have to take heed to it. So, with that being said, that if you have a chance to regulate your diet, even drinking alcohol raises your blood pressure. I minimize a lot of things in life. Like I could drink, but I don't have to. So I could go months without doing anything. So being on the Mediterranean diet, find out what diet works for you. Even if you just want to do like vegan lunches, if you at work and you don't want to consume yourself with heavy food, you know, order something, salads and stuff like that. So I work in production, so I definitely don't like eating heavy food at all because we all know once you eat heavy food, you start getting that sleepy, that itis.
Yeah.
That inflammation.
Yes. So therefore, I try to be disciplined as much as I can.
Cool. All right, I'm gonna stop you right there. We're gonna go into the third pillar. We already started talking about the 7 pillars of self-care. There's knowledge, health, literacy, mental well-being, and the third being physical activity, practicing moderate, intense physical activities such as walking, cycling, or participating in some type of sport at a desirable frequency. I think that's everybody's challenge because a lot of times, like you said, you're in production, or like I stand on my feet at work. Sunshine, she works in education, so I know she's always on her feet. I'm not exactly sure what Troy does, but I'm sure everyone feels like they're getting adequate exercise or the ability to do what they can to make themselves feel like they've done some level of exercise. My doctor, who is from the Caribbean, she told me it doesn't matter if you're actually working physically. Exercise should be a activity that stands on its own, not related to work or any other activity. It should be exercise. You set time aside for that. Do y'all set aside time for exercise?
Haven't been able to lately. Just got finished
working. Neither.
You know, I remember I was, working third shift and the first shift job, so I was burnt out, burning myself out. Hey, peace, there she go. Hey,
what's up, Carla?
Carla Simpson said, yes, a challenge. I sit at a computer all day. I have to get up and move.
That's right.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I do IT for Lockheed Martin, so I'm sitting on my butt all the time. So I'm working on doing something, maybe on my lunch breaks, since I do a hybrid schedule. So when I'm at home, I can just maybe walk around my complex or something, just get that heart rate up or something. So I'm trying to make some changes. It is, like I said, got to be intentional about it.
Yeah. Absolutely. I think we need a chalkboard. The key word is intentional.
Right.
Here.
Intentional.
That's the key word for 2023. Intentional.
Yeah. 22.
I said 23.
I thought you said 22. I get confused. I'm still writing the wrong date.
I'm guilty of that myself. Trust me. I work in production, but I walk around a lot most of the time, or I'm in one spot, moving just repetitively back and forth like a robot a little bit. On the weekends, I try to find time because the time I get off, it's really late. It's around about close to 6. So if once I get home, I try to walk around a lot, move around a lot, just keep my blood flowing a little bit. Even though in my apartment building it's stairs, so I kind of like walk up and down the stairs a little bit. Trust me, it's a struggle because I had to get on my days. I had to come home, get myself prepared, fix myself dinner, and get ready to do a live stream. So my evenings always is booked up with live streams, like Monday through Friday, constantly. So it's like I come from working, moving around a little bit, then city. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm off on the weekend, so that's the time I take the opportunity to just kind of like do some exercise, push-ups, or something, or getting outside to do a little bit of walking, like Troy said. So it's very important. I mean, because you got to get that heart rate pumping regularly.
Yeah,
go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, Carla was saying intentional. I just had a whole conversation on the word today.
It's confirmation.
Understanding and encourage outer actions. What Dream Lever says.
Yeah, Dream.
That's real truth. I think that discipline it goes hand in hand with being intentional. Me personally, it's been such a challenge with a whole bunch of things, but once I just started doing the right things by myself, that's why I'm so passionate about self-care and MiddlePage and all of this, because the stuff that I've learned about what I need, the community needs to understand it, and I don't hear enough about it. It's really important to me for people to understand it. I know friends who have passed away, died in their sleep, and I'm not saying that God definitely knows what He's doing when He does it, but faith without works is dead. They could have maybe found out that they needed a CPAP machine in their sleep through a sleep apnea screening, or the uncontrolled blood pressure. Some people having heart attacks and things like that, just checking out of here. I just want my people to be better in how they're taking care of themselves. And it starts with me, and just being an example of what that looks like. And it's a challenge because I love food. I love food. I love sitting on my butt. I don't like doing exercise. I don't like walking, but my phone challenges me to do 6,000 steps a day. And I sometimes feel committed to that stupid little app. But guess what? It gets me moving.
Right. Let me ask y'all a quick question. How many of y'all love seafood?
I'm all right with seafood. I don't love it. I like fried shrimp or something like that, but I don't.
I do fish more than anything.
Fish. That's it.
I'm gonna tell you, if you love seafood, because it's the spices that helps, not the salt. Stay away from salt, but the spices. Yeah, Carla gets it.
I love seafood.
Seafood is a healthy diet, also. You know what I'm saying? Because it has a lot of iron and minerals and stuff that you can use in your body.
And the omega-3 fatty acids.
Yeah. So you stay away from the fried stuff, because in the South, it's not
pescatarian. Shout out to the pescatarian.
Yeah. Yes.
We want to fry everything in the South now.
Because even though my Mediterranean diet is part seafood, chicken, it restricts me from beef at least once or twice a month. I try not to do it as much. I do pork, but I find myself always going to seafood a lot, like fish, salmon, red snapper, all of that stuff. So If you have a chance to like mix them in your daily routine, even broil some fish and make it a salad, take it to work, anything. So that's why I asked that question, because seafood is a great diet.
Thanks for that tip. That's a great tip, because like Carla, some people like Carla, yourself, really enjoy seafood. I could definitely stand to get into it. I mean, I like salmon, I like tuna, but salmon. You know, doing salads with fish, I never really entertained that thought.
Girl, my husband, you don't know what you're missing, especially some salmon in a salad, girl.
My husband made me something called bacalao. It's a mackerel. It's a cold. Did I say it right?
Bacalao,
But it's a cold mackerel salad, and he made it for me one day. It was really good, actually. Very cold. It was really good. Let's see what Carla says, and we're gonna go to the Blast Artist of the Week.
You got it. Carla says, "I love broiled seafood. I rarely fry anything." So it's now the halfway point. We are going to do the Blast Artist of the Week, and this is my boy. I love him to death. Straight out of Texas. His name is Yamusani, and this is called Circle of Life. So let's check it out.
It touches on reincarnation too. It touches on previous lives and how your karmic debt is what it's called in a previous life. Determines what you do in this life, what happens to you in this life.
Well, man,
so like your karmic debt turns into challenges that you got to overcome in this life. And if you don't overcome the challenges, you're going to go do them again. So I already know that like the temper and all that. I already know that was one of my karmic debts. Sexual energy, like sexual addictions and things of that nature. I already know that was a part of my karmic debt. Like I know what I had to overcome. Alcoholism, I had to overcome that.
You said karmic debt.
Karmic.
Oh, now that's real. Pops a rolling stone and flatten grass fields. My mandatory raps surpass a vax bill. React like Drax will, relax, I'm past chill. This manifestation of imagination is just a creation of communication with an integration system like the Matrix, filled with entertainment, past us education. Court-appointed lawyers for blacks in litigation. Corporate enormous tax cut and evasion. Saw George Floyd on the news and couldn't take it. It's hard to tightrope, walk it all, but I'm a Grayson. One day we not gonna be passive with the slaying. One day we might just put action to the saying. One day we'll stop all the blasting and the spraying and stop carrying weapons that will smith you like Jaden. To be free to you, to them is disobeying. They told you to get into heaven, you needed praying. They left out the heavens, your thoughts, and where you haven. It's not you, it's we, it's deep, it's complicated.
One day you have it, one day you have it, go away. One day you have it, one day you have it, go away, go away. Don't take it serious, serious. It's an experience. Don't take it serious, serious. It's an experience. Shine bright like a solar light. Know we can make everything alright. Yeah.
Shine bright like a solar light, and know you can make everything alright. Yeah.
Shine bright like a solar light. You know we can make everything alright. Yeah.
Shine bright like a solar light, and know you can make everything alright. Yeah, you gon' get it today. I'ma send it your way. This a clinic, don't forget every visit you pay. It's crazy to say I've been perfect, cause hey, the kids calling my name. I'm too busy to play. This is scrimmage, shirt skins, the ending is late. Life's a scary movie with hands digging your plate to take the dividends, dollars and pennies you make. I'm transparent with you, even when you really opaque. Markets Aurelius states everything you hear is an opinion, not a fact. But is that really the case? Cause we all know planes leave a chemical trace, and we knew he was guilty. You see Zimmerman's face, and we all want to crash in the video chase, and we want that hottie to let us feel on her waist, and we know one day we will see God's grace transcend our body and be up in outer space.
Bright like a solar light, know we can make everything alright. Yeah. One day you have it, one day you have it. Shine bright like a solar light, you know we can make everything alright. Yeah. One day you have it, one day you have it. Don't take it serious. Serious, it's an experience. Experience, don't take it serious. Serious, it's an experience. Experience, shine bright like a solar light. Know we can make everything alright. Yeah.
Shine bright like a solar light, and know you can make everything alright. Yeah.
Shine bright like a solar light. You know we can make everything alright. Yeah.
Shine bright like a solar light, and know you can make everything alright. Yeah.
So yes, that's my boy Yamasani with
That was
C-Rich.
a bop.
Yeah, I like
That was a bop. What the young people
I
say.
need to get that on my playlist.
I like that a lot.
He is on Shopify. You could definitely add him to your Spotify list. But also, if you are an independent artist or even a up and coming comedian or even a spoken word poet that'd like to get some exposure, go ahead and go to blastmusic247.com. Register as an artist for free and be a part of the family. That's blastmusic247.com. Changing the industry one artist at a time. All right.
That's right.
I'm a house music head, so I was in here jamming.
That was nice. I like that. So I have to ask, do you know if the chiropractor was actually the singer or was she just pretending to be a chiropractor? Was that her practice that they were doing it?
C-Rich is the singer who is actually the chiropractor. That is actually her practice. She is actually
dope.
Yeah. He actually has known her for a long time and didn't know she sang, and they just had a conversation. And Yamasani got to hear her, and he already has her on either 2 or 3 of his songs because she's a really good singer. And
I will dance to her voice anytime.
Yeah,
right?
She was just like, she was real comfortable with it, actually doing her work while she's singing. Like, all right, now, sis, I really enjoyed that.
So
all right, guys.
Masani.
Yes, shouts out to Masani. Getting back to these 7 pillars of self-care, we're on number 4, health outing, having a nutritional balance. Healthy eating. My scribbles, I'm left-handed. Healthy eating, having a nutritional balanced diet with appropriate caloric intake. They have some type of formula. Something like, Sunshine said earlier, they can apply to some and maybe to none, but you have to really get down with yourself and see what it is that your body needs. Healthy eating. And we've talked about seafood. What are some other healthy foods that y'all find that are useful to you as individuals that might be able to help somebody else as far as their diets are concerned?
Fruit, salads, fruits and salads, nuts,
smoothies.
So there's a lot of different stuff that you have to take account for that's going to keep your body regulated, especially for your mind. When you eat a lot of heavy food, it tends to make you dyslogic a little bit, weigh you down. Especially when, if you have to, I don't want to sound like gross or anything, like when you have to use the bathroom, you seem like water is very essential every day. Drinking water is a must every day. I had to learn that because I drink water all the time. I don't at work. I don't even drink no sodas or nothing like that. I just drink straight water all day long. I just try to keep my body as empty as possible. I learned something also the last couple of days, probably last week. Also, I was on TikTok and I came across Enlightenment talker, and he was talking about fasting also. Fast at some point in time that helps you also regulate your body from a lot of dangers of certain chemicals and foods and stuff like that. So that's.
Didn't you mention something about fasting, Sunshine?
Yeah, as soon as I don't feel right, that's the first thing I go to.
Yeah.
Like, and I pretty much, breakfast is breaking your fast anyway, but I still don't really do anything heavy. I'll do like, hot tea and keep it pushing. And then like maybe about 11, I'll have something or like the almonds and stuff like that in between. But, everybody at the job, they keep saying I'm losing the weight. It's just my time, to just focus. You know what I'm saying? So, and if it's coming off, it's coming off. But I have a weird eating pattern anyway, because even like around Ramadan, I actually fast longer than the actual time because I'm not an early morning person. So I'm not even going to hide. Not when it's like eating. I can't wake up early and try to put something. No, I just go, and then when sundown is, then that's when I go ahead and have my meal.
Right.
Yeah, I also try to practice how I eat when I get home from work. It's like if I eat just before like 7, then I won't eat again until like I get ready to go to work the next day. And our first break is like at 9:30, so I could go that long. So in the morning, yeah, I might feel hungry, but it's just mind over matter, not thinking about it, and just be, being active and just keep working. So once you get used to doing it, then you will condition your mind to constantly be in that form of habit and stuff like that. Like she just Sunshine just said, when you feel like your body is not being at its greatest, then you just have to take a step back and do what's right. I also found out that for being sick and colds and stuff, that boiling lemon, lime, ginger, some people strain it and drink it, but what I'm going to do, I'm trying something this weekend, is that buy that stuff and put it in like a pitcher in the refrigerator. So therefore, drink it as every morning type of thing. Have lemon, heat it up
like a tincture.
Yes, and heat it up. Add a little lemon to, not lemon, but honey to it before I go to work, and drink it before I go to work. So that fights away any cold or mucus or sickness that you have. So it's really good. It's really good herbal remedy. So instead of just taking it when you're sick, I just start taking it every day to see how it helps me.
That's what's up. We'll roll right into the 5th pillar of self-care: risk avoidance. That's discipline in alcohol or tobacco use, practicing safe sex. I think everybody at this point in life, is it safe to say we survived the AIDS, HIV era? I know if all of us are here middle-aged, we all understand and know the dangers of sexually transmitted diseases and what that looks like and what safe sex should be like. Making sure, I think, like, what is it, Matasani? The artist?
Sani.
Sani. He was talking about stopping alcohol consumption and things of that nature, like things that are not good for your body. Excuse me. So can someone speak on that real quick?
Well, I'm not a good representative of that because I was the designated driver, so I can't speak on it.
And this is what's left of my wine, so I don't think I should. Oh, but it definitely wasn't full though. It was just that much.
I have to open this door. I'll be right back.
Okay. But yeah, they even say like a glass of red wine a day, helps. What's the old folks say? Helps thin the blood, which basically saying it helps promote circulation. But
But the funny thing is, like, if you like in that my Mediterranean diet, red wine is included
Yeah.
in that.
Oh, I definitely know. I definitely know that.
So I told myself I was going to get me a bottle because I think a lot of things has happened the last part of last year that I've always think about this stuff and just try to work towards that. But just witnessing what happened to my brother, and 2 days later after the funeral, my cousin passed away. So it's like it's been really rough. Even me and my sister was sitting there talking over the house. Like, look, we gotta start changing something. You can't be eating all of this stuff. Yeah, it's good. You like it, but at the end of the day, you gotta start changing because my mom passed away when she was 68. My brother was 66. So and it just I always say this. And people think I be joking. I said, I want to live till I'm 200. They said, well, what you gonna do when you get 200?
200 years old, right?
I will continue to live. That's what my goal is, to continue to live. So I always had that mindset of just trying to condition my body to make sure that I'm doing the right things of what I'm eating and stuff like that. So I just try to make sure that certain things that doesn't hinder me or slow me down and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. I get this all the time. What do you do to the way you look? I'm like, I'm blessed. I just can't. It's something I can't explain. I don't try to explain it because I'm just fortunate to continue to be in a position to allow God to work the way He's doing for me. Mm-hmm. So, and the notion for alcohol, like I spoke earlier, is that I don't need it. I don't have to. It's like, it's just not important to me. I think I have other things in my life takes precedent for me to show the importance of what I want for my life instead of just saying, I've been there, done that. I've been in the clubs. I've been out. I've been doing this. I've been this. It's like now I'm more of a homebody. If I come home, I'm chilling. I don't have to go there. I don't really.
Not dying to get home. I just be like, I want to go home. It's a comfort space.
Exactly. Like doing this right here, being on live streams, talking, networking. I get more joy out of that than anything. So I'm sitting in front of my TV. It's like I got the basketball game on, but I'm more intrigued into this because when Sharita texted me, she told me about it. Like, man, this is something that I really want to be a part of because I like different conversation,
That's right.
So it's good. But
thank you very much for participating tonight. So like our sixth pillar, does anyone else have anything to add to risk avoidance before we go on to the sixth pillar of self-care?
I mean, I avoid all that crazy stuff.
That's right.
Nope, I'm good.
Yeah, I avoid all that crazy stuff. I ain't trying to party near, the edge. I ain't trying to be one of them. Yeah. So, I'm good with my wine and my, my douce every now and then.
And I mean, even herbal refreshment. Some people have herbal refreshment moments. I mean, I'm just saying, like, hard liquor all the time. I'm talking about crazy drugs. I'm talking about crazy behavior. Like, I mean, we grew up in the 90s, and we had some educational.
Yeah, right. We had a lot of that firsthand. So,
and we know what it looked like.
Yeah, for those of us in the 80s and the 90s, I would hope that it kind of, deterred us from what we saw, because we was right there in the thick of it, and a lot of times you don't even recognize that you in the classroom with somebody who is the same age as you, but taking care of a whole house because a mother is either strung out or a father is not present, or they are both strung out.
Exactly. Everybody was raised by their grandma or another relative. Man. We're survivors, and the wisdom and knowledge that we bring to the world at this point in life, I think, is exciting. I wear my little hair and stuff like that, but I got a lot of wisdom up under here.
That's right.
And it really, I'll never color my hair. Some people will be like, oh, I have nothing against people that do. If what you do is what you do for yourself, but for myself, I want to be able to exude that knowledge and that wisdom in my gray or in my wrinkles. You know, I was looking at the doggone wrinkle cream at CVS the other day. I said, no, we're not going to do that. We're not going to start going there. We're just going to enjoy where we are and be happy with what we have and work on what we have.
We earned them curves, them wrinkles, them dents, you know, them lines, them grays.
Laugh lines, right?
You feel what I'm saying? That's from, because a lot of that is from, you know, I would like to say a lot of it comes from all the great moments, the happy times, because, you know, that's when we, you know, stretch our faces the farthest, you know, right. in those moments. So I like to look at wrinkles of reminders of all the times of greatness and happiness.
That's good. That's real good.
So let me read this. Dream Libra says, thank you all for the timeless moments and tools you've given us tonight. I must go, but always remember you are loved, you are protected, you are worthy. The action word is intention. Thank you.
That's right, Dream.
Thank you, Dream.
Yes.
We appreciate you so much for tuning in tonight to the MiddlePage Podcast. Yes, Number six is good hygiene, washing hands, regularly brushing teeth, body care, get your hair did, get your nails done, things of that nature. Even with the men, you know, I'm seeing an influx. You know, the social media is amazing. Some people think that it's a hindrance, but I think it's absolutely amazing. I see men getting their faces steamed, going to get their feet done. And it's not just a feminine thing anymore. I'm so glad that people now. Yeah. Well.
I hear you on the like. I went to the barber. I used to go to this one spot, pay $35 for a shave and get my beard straight, right? This other spot I went to that's closer to where I moved to. Yo, they did the hot towel. They did
they did the spa experience.
They blow dry my beard. I'm like, yo, what up?
What?
Ask for a haircut.
How did he do that without burning your face?
I don't know, but it sure didn't get hot enough. I was like, hold up, bro. What are you doing?
You know, there's beard oils out here.
Yeah.
Well,
and I mean,
I don't have all that beard, but you know, I think I do go get a pedicure, and trust me.
Yeah, I should.
Oh my God.
You absolutely should.
The most amazing thing, especially when they, like, I go to this one place I go to. I love it when they put the hot rocks on my calves. Man,
hot rocks.
When they come with that towel and them new rocks. Boy.
Yep, wrap your leg up.
Yep. Look, yep.
On the side.
Their little hands has got some toughness to them.
They got, you know, that's getting that circulation pumping. Yeah, go on, work that circulation out.
I'll be walking out there like I'm on air. I'll be like,
right.
It's like,
Carla said you teasing.
Yeah, he liked that.
Hey, I'll tell you, Lily hooked me up when I got my feet did, so most definitely, I'm not gonna.
Did you just say Lily?
That was her name. That's her name because I asked her name because I'm like, I'm looking for you next time.
I know that's right. You better get you a regular. That's right.
No. Yeah, get you a regular.
Yes. To that same woman.
Yeah, no
Absolutely.
Doubt. No doubt.
Do not. I'm not saying don't, but I'm saying if you can get a regular person, get a regular person because they, you know, they get to know what your expectations are. You know,
but I mean, she took it. This was when I turned 53, and she took care of me, man. She did her thing, man. So I was like, oh yeah. What's your name, Lily? Gotcha.
Yeah, because you know, like, and then, you know, not for nothing, I don't understand if people see that as a, you know, a sexist thing, woman versus men thing, but every organ of the body is connected to the soles of your feet. So this is why I urge everyone, you know what I'm saying, that this has something to do with your overall wellness, you know. So your feet keeps your body up, first of all.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? But if you ever notice the way that your how you feel overall after you have a foot massage.
Yes, it's like you just energized.
Just think back to just a foot massage, like not getting no pedicure, just a serious foot massage. You will realize like you done unlocked other areas of your body that was tense and didn't even realize.
You're giving me chills just talking about it.
Yeah,
because a foot massage is amazing.
I'm over here laughing because what's that stuff they put your foot in? That's real. It's like hot at first.
The paraffin, paraffin wax
with a bag. Yeah,
the paraffin wax.
Oh my gosh!
So you up and drop the towels and everything. So like later that night, I forgot how much it softens up your feet because my foot had touched my leg. I was like, hold up, who in the bed with it?
What is this?
What is this sliding on me?
But that's how soft it be. That bag in the
He said that bag though.
Carla is a mess. She said, "Ooh, baby, let me call Mr. Willie. I can't with Carla."
Oh my goodness, I love Carla.
Every 2 weeks is a must for me. I'll be like, and I'll be on a Saturday. I'm off. I'll be like, I'll go right in there, and I'm like, man, look at
you be fiending for the treatment.
Mm-hmm.
Seriously. So real quick, guys. Oh, go ahead. Someone else want to speak on the foot massages?
You fine.
I really enjoy the fact that the men have so much to say about this part. It's so exciting. Just want to go ahead and get to the 7th pillar of self-care: rational and responsible use of products and services. That would look like using prescription medications properly, using wellness services properly, like your gym, utilizing over-the-counter medications properly, like vitamins and herbal remedies, preventive care like dentists, using devices and diagnostic equipment like blood pressure cuffs or CPAP machines, or health services like acupuncture or chiropractic care. I guess we can say that we know that a lot of people in our society do abuse drugs and services and things of that nature, even over-the-counter situations. But like Cat Williams said, you take 13 of those Tylenols to be your last headache. You know, you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful with that.
Everything has its limits. It's just how far you want to push it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
Funny story. Go ahead, Troy.
Even the good things, too much of it is not good for you. And if you think about it, every commercial now is talking about ED. You get a pill for everything. So it's like,
what's the new one? The new one, Blue Chew.
Yeah, Blue.
I was like, what? They got a gummy form?
What's the Blue Chew for?
Blue Chew is
it's a new form of like Viagra. It's Cialis.
It's a
Viagra.
gummy. So everything comes in a gummy now, huh?
No, I'm saying when I first heard it, the first thing that popped in my head was, is it a gummy? But it's a chewable tablet.
It's a chewable tablet.
Yeah, it dissolves. Yeah.
What?
Carla, hush now. She said, yeah, but those side effects though.
Yeah, side effects will mess you up.
Side effects.
Yeah, but
4 hours too long.
But look, she mean in a good way or a bad way. She said no, thank you. I know what she meant. She said no, thank you.
Because like, if you follow some of the content creators on YouTube, like Big Job.
That's my guy.
That's my guy.
They all advertise Blue Chew.
Blue Chew. They getting a fat check from Blue Chew.
I know. I mean, I was like, you know what? I'm a content creator. I might have to be get affiliated.
Blue Chew sponsor.
So I'll be a Blue Chew sponsor. I was like,
hey, I ain't hating on them at all.
Yeah, Blue Chew sending out them checks, man. They like in a strip club with it.
Oh my gosh!
I watch a lot of
That's just
the vinyl,
not the yellow
jackets. No,
not the yellow jackets.
Okay, wait. Okay, now this. You know what? Can I speak on that? Because the last year, towards the end of around this time, going into last year, coming into this year, I mean, I was working third shift at the gas station out here, along with, still working at the school. So I kid you not, you would think that it would be the middle age and up, but a lot of people don't understand that ED, like what affects it is like, brown liquor, cognac, like that's like one of the major issues. So what do a lot of young brothers drink? Cognac. So a lot of times, and I kid you not, like I would be like, these poor babies, they're coming to the gas station, they're getting their cigarettes, they blunts, cigars, whatever, and then they asking for like 2 or 3 of the Rhino pills or the Yellow Jackets. And I'm looking at them like, baby, you half my age. What you need this for?
Listen, from what I understand, a lot of what these young people are doing out here kind of disturbs the peace, if you will.
And their young hearts ain't gonna be no good.
Yeah, because that stuff is like the side effects when you read that. Like they was flying off the shelf one night. I just happened to be there a night that they didn't have none.
Right.
Like
people got mad.
Like for a couple of days they didn't have any. So of course I come in to start my shift for the week, and I get bombarded with all the young brothers coming off of work from Amazon, FedEx, third shift, because Amazon was like 2 minutes up the street. So they was killing me. Like I sold out the whole case.
Wow.
Like literally.
I had a friend of mine, he had a Ziploc bag, like one of those sandwich Ziploc bags full of every kind in there. And this was like about 10 years ago. And he was walking around with that stuff. And I'm like, what is it? I say, dude, you like in your 30s. Why do you need all of this? He told me, man, I pop one of these things in. I said, well, you guess what? She gonna get up and you gonna be still laying there. Like, because that stuff takes, as you get older, it takes a toll on your heart. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
People don't understand. Especially when you mix alcohol with it also.
That's right.
Or if you smoking marijuana and drinking and taking that's a lot. So,
wow.
That's why, it's best to be natural.
That's right.
Get you some of that. Dream said
Go
earlier.
ahead and eat some ginger.
That burdock root. Go on, get you some of that. Go on and
bladder rack.
That bladder rack. Go on and get you some. What's the other one with a T? Yeah. Look, we know the ones that work for y'all. The sour sop, all of that. Yeah. Yeah, the sea moss, all of that. Come on now. Yeah,
ginger.
That sea moss ain't no joke.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, there is
my granddaddy says soybeans.
Carla said oysters. Yep.
That part.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. The mangoes, they sleeping on the mangoes, but you right.
What you mango fruit?
Kiwi too.
Yes.
Mango fruit, Sunshine?
Mm-hmm.
I like mangoes.
Kiwi
mangoes
too.
are very good. Kiwi, yes, indeed. Yep.
Duly noted. All right. But yes, guys, I love this so much. I really, really have enjoyed this time. I want to go ahead and say thank you so much for you guys' participation tonight. Before we go, we have to wrap, but everybody take about 30 seconds to 45 seconds just to speak on self-care and encourage the people who are watching in regard to self-care from your point of view.
Go ahead, Sunshine.
Find what works for you, not what someone else suggests you should do, because it's not going to be authentic. It's not going to serve you. When I have a lot on my mind, I like to listen, and I shared this with Sharita the other day, like certain music get me through. And it's not so much like an anger thing. It's just like, I need to be able to filter what's going on right now. So it's like putting the papers in the envelope and putting it in a filing cabinet. And you listen to certain music that take you there. And it's like, okay, All right, now I got this. And I go on about my business.
That's right. All right, Martin.
Well, don't be afraid to be disciplined. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us feel like if we change, it won't work. We don't stay at it enough. You know, we'll try for a couple of days or a week or so and expect change, overnight success, and it doesn't work that way. Make your intentions intentional. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna stick with it, stick with it. See it through. You know what I'm saying? Because the difference between life and death is a very small margin. And if you could correct what you could do today to advance to tomorrow, then that's one step in the right direction. So,
I feel
Thank
that.
you want to go, Troy?
Sure. To piggyback off of Martin, I actually have two things I want to add to that. One is the word is for the day, like Pee Wee Herman would say, intentionality. So in that intentionality, if it's easier for you to write down what you want to be intentional on, have that in front of you to be intentional. Okay. The second thing is moderation. Let me tell you, in that moderation, even too much of ordering Amazon packages, and your boy loves getting packages from Amazon. That's Christmas every time. But even that's not good for you. Okay? Even that's not good to you. So try to have moderation for things that you enjoy as well. Because too much of a good thing cannot be good for you as well. So balance is important. And I'm preaching to myself. So trust and believe I'm trying to do it right.
You're being intentional.
Indeed.
Very intentional. I'd like to say, excuse me, listen to your body. If you're having headaches, or if you're feeling like you're eating too much and you feel bloated, or if you feel like you're not regular on your number 2 duties, or if you're peeing too much and you know you're not drinking enough water, just listen to your body. Go to the doctor at least one good time. I know some people don't like go to the doctor. At least go to the doctor one good time, whether it's a holistic specialist or even your general practitioner. Go to someone and see what's going on with your electrolytes, your blood cell count, all of these things. All of this stuff is important in order for you to live a better life. And with that said, we have entertained the 7 pillars of self-care tonight on the MiddlePage Podcast. Stay tuned every Tuesday from 9 to 10 Eastern Standard Time here on Blast Music 24/7 for the MiddlePage Podcast. Say good night, everyone.
Good night.
Peace.
Had a great time.
Yes, Judy enjoyed myself.
Thank you.